Welcome back, everybody. I'm Steve, this is Daniel and Bethany, and this is The Review. So Daniel, we're back here. You have some exciting things you want to talk about. What's up?
Yeah, oh my gosh. Did you guys see the HomePod Apple commercial with FKA Twigs?
Yes.
The Spike Lee joint, huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
It was an amazing video.
It was a short film, man.
Yeah,
it was
totally
like an art house film. It was awesome.
You've got dancing, you've got these amazing visuals, you've got beautiful music. I mean, that soundtrack was amazing.
Mm-hmm. I thought the visuals, like the way that they made like the wall, like all the, the walls move and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool. Really cool they did it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the walls moving. I think I sat down and kind of figured out how they did it. So it's like a fake wall, of course. It's a huge soundstage, and part of the wall, like they align the wall, photos and the posters and everything, and when they pulled it away,
flush, right?
Mm-hmm,
right.
it just kind of expands. And you've got that beautiful.
Gives the illusion of as if it's like pulling away or coming at you.
Like
Kinda
a
like-
fan,
Yeah.
accordion kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I never thought of it as
It's kind of like a
accordion.
Rubik's Cube almost conceptually, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like you have all these different compartments or pieces moving.
Totally.
It's kind of a,
It's-
something like that.
It's a lot of work. I mean, this is the kind of stuff masterclass like filmmakers do.
Right.
They did this kind of thing in Interstellar, and the way they did it in there is they in the Fifth Dimension scene they used projectors. I believe this video, the HomePod video, they did it practically meaning they just kind of like staged everything. They built
Right.
everything.
There wasn't so much computer generated effects and that kind of thing. Right?
Except for FKA Twigs. She doesn't have an actual twin, so they shot it twice.
Okay.
They did what's called masking, where you hide a portion of the video
And then it reveals, like
yeah.
she'll walk out or whatever, so it gives the illusion that there's two of them, right? Like,
Exactly.
you're just basically masking out. Similar to like Photoshop when you mask out something in a photo.
Precisely.
Just hide and reveal kind of thing. So
Yeah.
very cool. We have very cool practical effects.
Very cool stuff.
To achieve something that's very futuristic, and quite honestly, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to look at, and that's pretty consistent with Apple. I feel like since they've really taken pride in being like kind of a front runner, not only in technology but in kind of like an artistic approach to their products and brands. So
Okay.
good move, Apple.
Good move.
All right, guys. Question: what's your favorite soda pop?
Ooh.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. Do the do.
I gotta
Daniel?
say A&W root beer.
Okay, all right, respect the classics. I like it. I personally love Dr. Pepper, but I've never loved Dr. Pepper so much that I want to work for Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
Recently, Weed & Kennedy out of New York landed Sprite as a client, and there was a copywriter out of Dallas. He submitted a cover letter, but it was a little unconventional. He submitted a rap video to Weed & Kennedy as a plea to say, I want to work on the Sprite project.
guy's
And
a baller.
Yeah, ballin', right? And sure enough, they hired the guy. Now, little is known about what his role is going to be.
Right.
But obviously, he's a copywriter, so we're going to assume that he's going to be involved in to that capacity, some capacity as a copywriter. He does really good work. I mean, he does a great job visually telling the story.
Clearly.
You can see that he does a really good job taking the color palette and applying it.
The yellows and
Yes.
the greens.
It's
Oh,
getting
gosh.
poured on his face right now. I mean,
Oh my goodness.
He, if you haven't listened to it, you haven't checked it out, I really encourage you to listen to it. It's fantastic. And this is a great example of kind of taking creative risks. A lot of times young creatives get so enamored with education and resumes and that kind of stuff. And I mean, imagine a company like Weed & Kennedy. They get 100 resumes a day probably coming across their desk. And to weed through it, getting something like this is obviously putting you heads and shoulders above the competition. So hats off to Chase Sarit and everybody involved.
Nice.
But yeah, fantastic. So good work, Chase.
Yeah.
And
Good
good
job,
luck.
Chase.
And good luck working with Ed Weed & Kennedy. That blows my mind. He'll be in New York. So good luck. All right. And finally, Beth, what do you want to talk about? What's going on?
Well, when you go to a museum and you touch the artwork, you probably get
Reprimanded.
yes.
Yep. Happens to me constantly.
It's not encouraged. But there is a museum in South Korea that actually encourages this. So it's called the Trick Eye Museum.
Okay.
And they use augmented reality technology. So when you go in there with a phone or a tablet and you point it at their paintings or art installations, they actually come to life. Kind of like a mix of Pokemon
Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pokemon
yeah,
Go
okay.
and like Snapchat filters.
Sure.
To where like you stand in front of something and it animates.
It projects
and-
something onto it.
Yeah.
Like the Snapchat hot dog was a big thing for a while.
Yeah. Or you like the dog.
Bring them back. I miss the Snapchat hot dog.
The good filters, yeah.
The good filters. Yeah.
So what's cool about this is that we can kind of see like the progression of digital technology and where it's taking us. Because I mean, if you think about it, like a few years ago, like we were scanning QR codes in order to see like
It was all the rage in
animations
like
and-
2012, 2013,
Yeah.
and now it's nobody. Like people get mad at QR codes now.
Yeah,
right?
it's like, what is
somebody
this?
asked me to use a QR code. I'm like, well, I'm cool. I don't need whatever it is
Yeah,
you're
I
selling.
don't need to
you know,
scan
kind of
it.
thing. Yeah.
But I mean, when you think about it, we have like wine labels now that implement augmented reality. There's also like IKEA is starting to incorporate it.
So maybe it's kind of like the maturing of the incorporation, one of the maturing elements of digital. Obviously, I'm excited to see where it goes because it's maybe in its infancy right now. Like
Yeah.
virtual reality, augmented reality, obviously, it's sort of a new technology, sort of
Yeah.
a new thing. So something to keep your eye on, absolutely. But yeah, thank you. Great. All right, guys, before we go,
Yeah.
I have to update you. There is a new kernel, okay? New kernel alert. It's a woman this time, which we were kind of close last time we talked about. Maybe they're going to do a black kernel. Maybe they're going to do something else. They picked a woman,
Yeah.
Reba McEntire. I was kind of skeptical when I read this, but she killed it.
I bet.
Yeah.
awesome.
She's
So-
hilarious.
Yeah.
It's incredible, yeah. So we'll include a link in the description. Check it out. We also have a blog post coming out where I'm going to rank all of the kernels and give you my favorite kernel. So thank you for tuning in, guys, and join us next time on The Review.